Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Here we go. Hello, hello people. How are you doing? I'm just waiting for everything to pop up and go live on my end. So I can see what's going on. There we go. There we go. Now I can see myself. So how this is gonna work, people. You're gonna have to tell me again what the audio levels are like, what my voice is like compared to the background music, because we are currently doing a nappy nap stream where my little daughter is napping, and I just take the opportunity to do some streaming and drawing while she is sleeping, because that's the opportunity that I have, which means I'm gonna have to do a bit of an ASMR voice, an ASMR voice here, because I have to make sure to not wake her up. Wait one sec. What? Oh. So I need you to tell me if I need to like lower the okay. Voice is good, music is good. Perfect. Excellent. Now let's see if we can just want to make sure I can see what's happening here. Okay. Okay, folks. I'm gonna update all of my windows to make sure that I am getting a nice feed here. There we go. So I can see everything that's going on. I can read chat, and we are ready to go. We're ready to continue with the comic that I drew on my last stream yesterday. And we can also do some chats. We can do some story time. Everyone, like, what do you want to talk about now that you have me here? A story I said I would tell us yesterday in the Discord server. What was that? Can you remember what the story was that I said I was going to talk about? It would help, because I'm old and my memory is all shot to hell. I can't remember anything. So you're gonna have to help me out here a bit. This is the same comic from yesterday. That is correct. We did not have time to finish it, which means I have to continue doing it today. Now I'm wondering if I do the lines a bit more connected like this. Does that look better? Maybe. Maybe that does look a bit better. Yeah, let's go for that, for the cave entrance. Because, you know, I'm always exploring and thinking about, like, how can I improve my drawing techniques? Is there a better way for me to draw rocks and stone and stuff than what I'm currently doing? And maybe having lines connect to each other like this actually does make it look a bit more rocky. So we're gonna go with that. But you're getting my ASMR voice, and you are getting my voice face. That's right. I am one of those people who is not a coward. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Some people want to show their face on camera. Some people don't. That's fine. That is their prerogative. I've just been showing my face pretty frequently with my gaming channel for so long. There's like, it doesn't bother me anymore. Some people want to maintain a bit more privacy in their lives. They don't really want to risk, I guess, being found out. being people in their real life bumping into them or finding out what they're doing here. Because, I don't know. Polandball is a bit special, right? If you've been doing it for a long time like we have, then you know that like, oh, this is actually super inclusive. This is something that's for like everyone, no matter where in the world you come from, where in life you come from. It's like it's got global appeal. But since we do joke about stereotypes, a lot of people who are not familiar with Polandball and just like see it from a glance or something, unfortunately sometimes you get that knee-jerk reaction of people just thinking, oh, you're all racists, right? Because you joke about other countries and other cultures. That's racist. You guys are all racist, and we're not. Everyone who's a countryballs or Polandball fan knows this. Like, that's not what this is about. But you don't really maybe want to have to explain that to everyone in your life constantly, or risk just, you know, having someone who doesn't get it. So, if they don't want to show their face on stream, perfectly fine. I do not judge. But I'll do it. I'll do it. I don't mind. So how is everyone doing today? We're doing a nice morning stream. In the European hours, it's actually an afternoon stream. But for people on the East Coast in the US, it is most likely a very early morning stream. And it's in a time zone where people from the Asian countries also can, to some extent, participate, which is great. That's what we like to see. Aussie Chinese ball animations. You have experienced that as well. What I was talking about with having to explain what Polandball is about to people who don't get it. I'm sure a lot of us have had to experience that. It is unfortunately the name of the game. It is par for the course. Not a whole lot we can do about that. Right, I have to skip ads again. But yeah, it's like, that's also part of the reason why we're hoping to grow the medium, and we just want Polandball to get bigger and bigger and bigger, because, you know, the more people know about it, the more mainstream Polandball becomes, the less we have to explain ourselves, because then people, they get it, they're in the know, they understand. You just gotta normalize it a bit, and in that regard, we are sort of fighting against, in some ways, you know, the cultural zeitgeist of the moment, which is that there's less and less things that you're allowed to joke about every single day. The scope of comedy has been narrowing considerably. So being able to sort of be a counterweight to that and say that, like, no, actually comedy and humor is good, and it is something that unites people and brings people together all over the world. And this idea that, like, oh, fighting the fight to make the scope of what we are allowed to joke about smaller is not actually a fight of good. You're not on the side of good if that is your goal, if that's what you're trying to fight for. I would argue that trying to make the scope of what you're allowed to joke about smaller kind of just makes the world a sort of worse place and a sort of more boring place. And we shouldn't do that. So that's a little food for thought this morning. Something to take with you on your day. If you want more of this, then you can subscribe to DickRhino's Asthma Thoughts. We're gonna be launching a different, separate channel for DickRhino's Asthma Thoughts, where you can get more food for thought, more musings about everything and anything in a nice, soothing, pleasant voice. I am joking, of course. We're not gonna do the DR Asthma Thoughts channel, but we could, and we should, but we're not gonna. Yeah. Who we got with us today? We got Fredfish99, Exotic, Biodegradable, Heyo. We got Nearby Attention. We got Alushi 2010. We got Michigan's Naval Artist. We got Official Moffe, hey. We got Conrad, Aussie Chinese Ball Animations. Berry Slushy. So many people. That's rad. Thank you all for joining me while I do my wacky little cartoons and comics. Is this the best drawn cave wall ever conceived of in this world? Nope, it's not. But, like so many other things in life, which is the guiding light of our channel, which is how we do everything, is we look at something that's a bit half-assed and a bit half-finished and could be better, and we say, good enough. And we pack it down and we call it a day. And I'm joking here, but I'm only half joking because, honestly, learning how to adopt that mindset and mentality will take you pretty far in life. Because the older you get, the less time you have. That is unfortunately how it works. We are all fighting against the clock here. And you could afford to spend how much ever time you wanted on your stuff when you were younger and you had all the time in the world. But then suddenly you wake up one day and realize that you're old and you're running out of time. That's life, people. That's how it works. And then you gotta be like, you know what? Good enough. Let's not put any more time into this. Let's move on to the next thing. How about we just call it a day with this cave entrance and say that it's fine? There's just one final thing I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna go back to panel 1 and I'm gonna sample this border color here. And then we're gonna go back down to where we were at. And we're gonna draw a nice 3-pixel outline of that border wall. Yeah. And we're gonna shrink it down to a 1 here where it starts. Perfect. And then we're just gonna trace it along the wall. So we get that nice sunlight at the edge of the cave wall. Beautiful. And once we're done with that, it's time to draw a big old USA. So we shall see how much time we will get this stream to actually stream. Because it's just a case of, like, you know, when the daughter wakes up, that is when my duty as a streamer and a content creator stops. And my duty as a dad resumes. It's just how it is. Now then, time to draw USA once more. What pencil thickness did I use here? 15? Yes, that's a size 15 pencil. So we're going to do that again here. And let's see if we can get a nice... Now, if the country ball is this big, you can't really do the outline in one go, which kind of sucks. I prefer to do it that way. But it's just not feasible. I have to do it in segments like this. That's fine. Yeah. Should I move it a bit? so that you can still see a bit of the sun behind? Or is that like not necessary? Tell you what, let's just draw the outline and then I can see if it's worth it to shift it. Because I can tell now that that outline is shit. I have to reorder these layers so that I can see what I'm doing. Yeah. And like so. Okay. That's a pretty decent outline. Now the question is, does it work better for the panel if I move this a bit to the left like this? Maybe. Maybe it looks nicer if you can still see some of the sun behind here. I'll just color this in and it's like... What's better? Should it remain in its original position? So this is what this looks like. Let's remove the red outlines. Okay. What's better? You say here. You say here. You say here. This is good. So you can still see a little bit of the sun behind there. That's probably pretty good. Yeah. Okay. We're ready to continue. So, let's do country balls the way you always do country balls. Which is... You select the outline. You copy it. You paste it as a new layer. You give it a different color. And you put it behind the original one. We went over this the last time, people. This is how we always do it. Now we're gonna sample the flag colors from panel 2. No, that's panel 1. No wonder it wasn't working. There we go. And sample that one. And there we go. And now we're ready to draw a flag. Skip some ads. Skip some ads. Skip some ads. Good lord. $50? Yeah, 50. That's the outline for the flag stripes. What is my favorite film? I actually talked about that in the last live stream, believe it or not. My favorite film is Blade Runner. But now I'm at a point where it's like, my favorite film might actually be the new one, Blade Runner 2049, which to my surprise I really enjoyed, like to the point where like maybe I even enjoyed more than the original one from the 80s, which I hadn't expected. It's so fucking good, people. If you haven't seen it yet, you absolutely should do yourself a favor and watch that movie. It's really goddamn good. And it's what do you mean, why am I streaming at 5:53? Dude, unlike Kolai and Aaron and Gate Nerd, who all live in that time zone, I am sitting here in Sweden. I'm sitting here in Sweden and I'm streaming at a pleasant 1 p.m. which I think is a perfectly fine time to be streaming. And let's see. Is that a good line? No, it's not a good line. That's a better line. It's still not perfect, but we can adjust this. It's a bit off here. Do 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 do. Oh yeah, that's better. We can make it even better, people. So smooth. So smooth. And whoop, whoop, whoop. We got a nice surprise for you people. Or not exactly a surprise. But there will be a new episode of Polandball news dropping later today. That's right. That's right. Aaron and Kolai have been hard at work. And we got the hottest, freshest news for you. Right out of the screen and into your eye holes and up into your brain goop is gonna come some nice juicy news. And remember what we've said to you people. If you aren't getting your news from the Polandball News Network, then don't trust it. Don't trust it. Whoever that is that's telling you whatever they're telling you are probably lying. We're the only ones you can trust. Yeah. It's the real deal. Boop ba doop boop 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 boom. God, it is such a boring task to draw USA. All of my homies who hate to draw USA's stars and stripes, give me a hell yeah. You know what I'm talking about. You know how much it sucks. But you gotta do it. Because USA is the most popular character. And if you use USA in your comics, then your comics will get more upvotes. I have probably done this, drawing these stars and filling them in, I don't know, 1,000 times at this point. And it never stops being boring. But that's okay. It's the life I have chosen for myself. There is no crying in Polandball. I wasn't happy about that. That looks better. Just gotta adjust some pixels here, people. It's gotta be pixel perfect. If it ain't pixel perfect, then it ain't a DickRhino comic. That's how it works. I hate jagged edges. We don't want no jagged edges. Okay, good enough. Good enough, I think. So, now we're going to take our previous outline, move it up on top. No, not yet. Not yet. We still have some stuff to do. We're going to make a new layer here, because we're going to do our shading. So that is a different layer. And we're going to do an outline here, something like this. Perfect. Well, not perfect, but if you've been paying attention, good enough. And we're gonna just go in and smoothen it out a little bit here. Smoothen it out. Smoothen it out. Yeah. Alright, that's pretty good. Then we'll make it black and we'll set it to 70% opacity. Boom! Look at that, we got our shading. Wonderful. Now we're gonna take this outline, we're gonna paint it black, and we're gonna start merging things down. Merge it down, merge it down. And now we can delete all of this excess stuff here that's not supposed to be here anymore. Wonderful. There we go. So once you sort of develop these neat little tricks over time, you save so much time drawing. And it's crazy that I spent so many years just drawing in MS Paint, not working with layers. It's like everything takes so long. Everything takes forever. But that's what I did. And I did it happily. All for the love of the craft. Oh shit, that was supposed to be a new layer. Sunglasses are supposed to be a new layer, people. So you can move them around if you want to. Yeah, I know it's a bit early even for my time, but like I said, I'm trying a thing here of streaming while my precious little 16-month-old daughter is napping. So the timing of this is not like ideal streaming hours. It's not when we're gonna have the highest amount of viewers possible. It is too early typically in the day. Karl gets better numbers than me, but part of that is because, like, you know, it's not a good time to be streaming. Not the Americans aren't awake yet. But this is the time I have. And we have had people in the European and Asian time zones who have requested that, like, hey, how about some live streams for us during our time zones? Wouldn't that be nice? And we are trying to do what we can to accommodate that. Now, there's a gaming streamer that I watch and follow. He's talked about that, where he's tried to do that. He's tried to do like regular streams during the so-called European hours as well, because people wanted that. But he was like, but I just don't make any money during those hours. It's just not economically viable. So he stopped, because he's like, no, it's just a money loser. And I guess if you only have so many hours a week for streaming, if you want to juggle all of your, you know, the rest of your life as well, then of course you're gonna pick the streaming hours that are the most profitable. It just makes sense. So I don't hold it against that guy for doing it that way, and I don't like, I understand the logic. I agree with the logic. But that being said, if I'm not doing anything else right now, then why not? Why not? Even if it's going to be a bit of a smaller crowd, a bit of a more intimate stream, that's fine. Can still do it. Can still have a fun time with you guys. You know why? Because money isn't everything. Sometimes you do it just for the love of the game. If that makes sense. Let's see. Michigan's naval artist. I have a pickup line. Are you a color? Because I want to blend with you. Maybe I like it, but I'm not sure if asking someone, are you a good, or are you a color? I'm not sure if that's a good opening line. Because then they're like, what do you mean by that? And you're like, oh, I didn't mean anything by that. And they're like, are you sure you didn't mean anything by that? And you're like, wait, we started off on the wrong foot. That's not what you want. Mm, mm, mm. There we go. And there we go. Look at that. Easy. It's almost as if I've done this a million times by now. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry that there are ads popping up, but that's just how YouTube works. Think of it this way. Think of it this way. Do you want even more content from your favorite YouTube channel, Polandball Official? Do you want us to be able to make even more content for you guys? Well, then, ideally, we would be able to make so much money from this channel that we could all quit our day jobs. And we could start doing Polandball, you know, full time as a career. Wouldn't that be just amazing? You could get 5 times as much content from this channel. But for that to happen, well, the channel actually has to make money. And for that to happen, we gotta run those ads. So I'm sorry that they are there. I'm sorry that they are intrusive, but they are for a good cause. And unfortunately, they're going to continue. So thank you for tolerating them. Now, I'm gonna do something a bit cool here. Now we have the outline here of this recorder. I'm gonna make a new layer that's gonna be underneath this one. Let's pick a different color so I can see what I'm doing. And then I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna show you some really rad stuff here, people. Got one circle here. One circle here. This is gonna blow your mind when I'm done. Oh yeah, you better believe it's gonna blow your mind when I'm done. Unless you've seen stuff like this a million times before, but this is some drawing tips for you. So first up, we're gonna color some stuff in here real quick. Yeah. Now we have our tape track under there. Maybe we want some color for the actual tape. Something like this perhaps. It's gonna go in here. It's gonna go out there. Sure, whatever. And it's gonna cover that up so we get a nice 3D effect going. Yeah, something like that. This is gonna be radical. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. So check it. We go back to our tape deck that we've created here. I'm gonna paint this area white. Then I'm gonna select this white area. I'm gonna cut it out. I'm gonna paste it in as a new layer. I'm gonna paint it in a slightly grayer color. I'm gonna take another color here, which is a lighter gray. I'm gonna draw like an outline like this. I'm gonna color that in. I'm gonna set the opacity of this layer to like, I don't know, 30% or something. And look at that. Now we have a glass casing on top of the tape deck. Ain't that cool? Ain't that cool? That went by so fast you didn't even have time to react to what I was doing. But man, that's so cool. Bruh, indeed. So, that's a nice little art trick. And for the rest of the tape deck, let's color this. No, not color this in yet, because I'm going to do another thing here. these buttons here that are pressed down, I'm gonna do the same thing here. I'm gonna draw them as their own separate little layer. Here's one, and this is the one that's gonna be pressed down. So I'm gonna do an angle at it. Yeah, like so. Is that right? Is that right? Maybe. Maybe. I'm not sure these need to be their own layer, now that I think about it. But let's just continue with this anyway, since I started it. I could have probably done this on the top layer. Anyway, let's fill these in. Some dark color. And we're going to take a slightly lighter gray. Boop, boop, boop. And then we're going to take a darker gray again for this one. Yeah. Like so. And then we're going to put it behind. Fair. Good enough. Good enough. The actual tape deck itself, probably going to go with some sort of bluish metallic color. Ah, wrong layer. This is the right layer. Boop, boop, boop. Take a lighter one here. And we're going to take an even lighter one on top. And a slightly darker one here. Yeah. Now the only problem here is that, yeah, there's some brown behind here. We can fix that. This one. We can fix that. I'm gonna make this semi-transparent so that I can see what I'm doing. I'm just gonna take some bright color so that I can see what I'm doing. I'm gonna draw a little square here so that I can just fill this in with some sort of color. Might just do like black or something on the inside here. No, what am I doing here? What are we doing, people? Ah, there we go. Is that it? We good? Yeah, we're good. There we go. Look at that. And now we got a little chatty device. It's so easy. Now we're gonna merge that down. Merge that down. Merge that down. There. All done. We're gonna move it so it's a bit closer to his mouth when he's talking. Yeah, something like that. That's perfect. Beautiful, beautiful. Ah. Yes, the apparatus does look a bit like a face. But that's okay. And now we are actually done with this panel. So we're going to do what we've consistently done, which is we're going to merge everything down. Now we don't have to mess around with all these layers upon layers upon layers anymore. We're merging, we're merging, we're merging. We were up to like 15 layers for panel 3. Now that everything's been merged down, we can cut that whole thing out and paste it back in so it doesn't mess with our borders. Because remember, people, you don't want stuff messing with your borders. Hey, I thought I cut that out. There we go. Paste that into a new layer. Trim off the edges. And we have our panel 3. Panel 3 is done. Yeah, look at that. Look at this. 3 whole panels. Gorgeous. Alright. How we doing, chat? How we doing on this fine day? We have a lovely day. Gorgeous weather, at least where I'm at. I don't know what it's like where you're at. I feel like the entire world is like scorching hot nowadays. So that's probably the truth for all of ya. But especially so here, which we're not used to in Sweden. Hit me up, chat. Give me something to talk about. What would you like me to talk about? Ask me some tough questions. And not just, you know, what's your favorite movie? That's not a tough question. That's an easy question. Hit me up with a tough question. I know you can do it, chat. I know you have it in you. In the meantime, while I wait for your tough questions, I'm gonna start drawing some new outlines. Talk about Swedish pizza. Okay, people, hear me out. Sweden has actually... there's this debate, right, about which country has the best pizza. Is it Italian pizza? Is it American pizza? Whatever. And they're like, ooh, Canada invented the pineapple on pizza. Ooh. Look. Swedish pizza. Okay? We have two staples that come from Sweden. The first one is the Swedish national dish, which is the kebab pizza. And I'm not even joking. We have like an online service for pizza deliveries. You know, the whole Uber Eats kind of thing. And they were tracking, but just for pizzas, and they were tracking like their pizza orders. And in Sweden, the kebab pizza is the most ordered pizza. More than 50% of all pizza orders in Sweden are the kebab pizza. And then the other less than 50% is all other variants of pizzas combined. So if you go to Google and you search for like Swedish kebab pizza, you'll see that it is exactly what you think. It's just you take a doner kebab dish and you put it on top of a pizza. So you got your meats and your sauces and your lettuce and your pepperonis and your whatnots. Just smash a meal on top of a meal. And in many places, it's also a staple to add fries on top of that as well. So it's pizza, and then it's a kebab on top of the pizza, and then it's fries on top of the kebab. So that's a meal on a meal on a meal. And that's some pretty high level pizza stuff you're getting there. That's Sweden's first pizza staple. The second pizza staple of Sweden is the banana curry pizza. And look. As soon as you hear that, you're like, are you shitting me? But no, I'm not shitting you. It's just your basic, you know, pizza bottom with tomato and cheese, and then you add like ham, sliced bananas, and curry powder, and it is amazing. It is the best pizza in the world, and even conceptually, right? There's nothing wrong with mixing like sweet and savory. That's sort of a classic. And then you got that sort of tangy little kick from the curry powder as well. And it's just fantastic. If you Google it as well. Google the Swedish banana pizza, and you'll see that it is actually a real thing. And I'm not even joking. It's like, it's actually good. you think you're not gonna like it, but then you're trying it, and then you're like, holy shit. What's the deal with banana, melon, kiwi, and lemon? Let me explain that one to you. That is a Swedish dessert, which is called GINO. It's not exactly melon, but listen to this. It is a Swedish dessert. It's from like the 70s or something. It's called GINO. To sound Italian. And what it is, it's like it's sliced kiwi, banana, strawberries, and something else. And then you shave white chocolate over it, and then you bake it in the oven. And that's it. That's the dessert. And it was like some Swedish restaurateur who invented it in the 70s and pitched it as something that you could trick people into believing was an actual Italian dessert. But like conceptually, every single one of these ingredients is like strawberries, not used in Italian cuisine. Kiwi, not used in Italian cuisine. Bananas, not used in Italian cuisine. White chocolate, I mean, sure, I guess, but like... But if you Google it, dessert GINO, it's a Swedish thing, and it's that's what it is. Strawberries, bananas, and kiwi cut into slices, coated with white chocolate, baked in the oven, served with ice cream. Is it good? Yeah, it's pretty good, but it's weird. Unfortunately, no, Squareptune. This is not why Sweden fell as an empire. This happened long after Sweden had already fallen as an empire. It's probably why we won't become an empire again, though. What you just joined, Youngblood, is a discussion about superior food. Superior in every objective way of measuring it. Just like anything and everything when it comes to Sweden. Taco pizza sorta exists. I mean, not with actual sort of like taco shells or anything. But we do have Mexican style pizzas, which is, you know, Tex-Mex, obviously. Because that's what it always is. With taco sauce and jalapenos and some sort of spiced mincemeat and something like that. That's good. It's good stuff. It's good. What are the first 100 digits of pi? Look. I can't get stumped by stuff like that. You know why? Because I don't know how to count. Boom, got him. Easy. I really should get better at drawing like rocks in caves. I feel like I suck at it. But what are you gonna do? It's too late for me in life. I can't learn how to draw new things now. Jesus. Ain't nobody got time for that. But I guess this is fine. That's probably fine. Yeah. you think this is fine, people? Does this look like a cave to you? If it doesn't, please don't let me know, because you're gonna hurt my confidence, and then I won't be able to keep streaming anymore. It's probably fine. Some Swedish peace organizations made a sign that said, "This way if you're gay," to a Russian submarine. What do you think about it? We've actually had like at least 2 Polandball comics made about that incident. It's pretty smart as far as Russian deterrents go. Just be like, hey, if you do this, you're gonna be gay. Because everyone knows that Russians are so insecure about their sexuality that even the potential for being gay is enough to make them flee and scream in terror. This is known. Can I review your iceberg of Polandball that you made in the Discord? You've made an iceberg, have you? Well, I don't know where I would find that iceberg. So, that would be difficult. Now I think what I should do here is, if I want to do like some sort of shading on this here cave wall. Is it too brown? Should it be more gray? Yeah, it was too brown. Ain't no cave wall gonna be that brown. That's better, that's more cavey. But what if we like do some different colors? Like so. Yeah. Maybe that works for like rocks and stuff. And we got some different colors going. Oh, I like that idea. I like that idea a lot. Look at that. That ain't half bad. We're learning on the job here, people. Figuring out new tricks as we go. And if we color that one this color, like so. Yeah, now we got some different colors going. Nice. Just posted it in the art section. We'll see. Now let's see. It is a bit blurry, but that's okay. We can take a look at it. The lore of Polandball here. So we got things everyone can understand: shorts, PNN, the Reddit, minor side project, don't know what that is. Comic reactions, Discord, art contest, podcast, live streams, rigged polls, hell yeah. Now, what's deeper here? Political debates, comic drawings, profile picture drawing, evil anti-European streams. DickRhino, the only Polandball user to ever get laid. This is only half true. This is only half true because I met my wife, you know, through the Polandball community. She was actually also a moderator of the subreddit at one point, which means that we have proof that there are actually 2 Polandball users to get laid. Aaron stuck in a basement, absolutely. Kolai's coffee shop, don't know what that is. Kolea, Gate Nerd, and Kolai blatant tax evasion. That is something I don't know about, but that I probably should know about. Kolai is a cubist. Swedish pizza abomination. Dude, it is not an abomination. It is the truth. It's the light. The mystery of what state Gate Nerd is from. How is that a mystery when he literally uses his state's flag as his avatar? How is that a mystery, Jesus? Aaron surviving off of Putin. The album contest controversies. This is so much lore that's going on in the other streams that I have not been keeping up with. The Butter Wars. I don't even know about the Butter Wars, and I'm not sure I want to know about the Butter Wars. Alright, that was a fun iceberg. I'm not sure I want to ask what the Butter Wars are all about. Anyway, check this out, people. We're gonna change the color of the cracks. They are too brown. There we go. They were too brown. Now they're more grayish. Now we're gonna sample the back wall here. Like so. And like so, and like so, and like so. We're gonna make a new layer that has this selection. And we're gonna draw some black. And we're gonna do it like zoop. No, why didn't that work? I don't understand. Why didn't that work? I did something wrong. Alright, that's fine. We can do it that way. Now I have to think about this. I did something stupid. I wanted to do a thing, but then that thing didn't work. And now I'm like, where did I go wrong? Now that we have... No, I should keep it selected, I guess. And then we're gonna take another color. I guess I'll have to do it this way. You're like, what is DR doing? This is some weirdness going on here. He's doing some wacky weird stuff. And you're right, I am. I just drew a thing here so that I could select it and cut it out. There. Out of sight, out of mind. And what's left, we're gonna decrease the opacity. See? I'm just making a cave shadow. Neat, huh? Set that to 50% opacity. Yeah. What other countries have I been to? Hi again, Manny to the max. Thank you for that beautiful donation. That is very appreciated. Man, I have been to the Animaniacs song. I have been to all countries. Let's see. I'm gonna have to bring up a map here. Let's go. It's honestly like almost easier to say what countries I haven't been to. Just give me one quick sec here. No, I don't want that. I want a high quality blank world map. Thank you, Wikipedia. You can always trust Wikipedia. Okay, here we go. What countries have I been to? Folks, we're in for one here. Let's see. Gotta get chat back up. There we go. Okay, let's see. I have been to Sweden. I have been to Norway. I have been to Finland. I have been to Denmark, Germany, Austria, Italy, France, Poland, Croatia, Slovenia, Greece, Turkey. Technically Spain. I've been to Mallorca. I'm not sure if that counts as Spain. I have been to Israel. I have not been. You know, I've been to Estonia. I've been to Estonia. I actually haven't been to the UK proper, which is a bit crazy. All things. I've been to Hungary. This might be it, I think, for Europe. No, it's not. It's not. I've been to Romania. Is that it? Am I done with Europe now? I think so. This might be it for where I've been in Europe. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. Now, I've been to the US. Easy. Easy. I've not been to Canada. I've not been to Mexico. One of the big ones is that I've never been to South America. I would love to go, but I haven't. I actually have never been to the Netherlands, crazy enough. I have been to Thailand. I have been to Malaysia. I have been to the Philippines. I actually went backpacking and island hopping for 3 weeks in the Philippines. Had a great time. Now, I think this might be it. Unless there's something weird that I'm like forgetting. I don't think so. I don't think so. This might be it. This might be my map of like where I have been. Yeah. Is that good? Does that make me a well-traveled person? Oh my god. I've been to Switzerland. Jesus Christ. We've even had a meetup of like a bunch of Polandball people that happened in Switzerland. Jesus, how could I forget? That was really dumb of me. How could I forget? But yeah, that's about it. This is how well traveled good old DR has been. It's not too bad, not too shabby. I haven't been to every continent though. That's a sad. Never been to Africa. Never been to South America. Never been to Australia. Oh well. Do I ever get the urge to do some Viking raids? Well, don't we all? But you can't just always. You can't always be raiding. Now, there is more to life than Viking raids. I've dabbled. Is this a good cave floor? Is that too brown? Does it need to be more bleak and drab? I guess. Kinda sad, but such is the world we live in. Let's just do like a quick shading here on the bottom as well, like so. Yeah. And that's pretty good. And now I did say before as well that I was gonna copy this. I was gonna use this background for like the last 3 panels, which is what I'm gonna do. So we're gonna hide the storyboard. I'm gonna merge this down. Yeah, so we have our panel here. And I'm just gonna select the outlines and cut it out real quick. Maybe my experiences in Thailand are my Viking raids. I conquered that country. I went to Thailand actually when I was in my mid-20s to train Thai boxing. So I lived in Thailand for 2 months. I was training Thai boxing like basically 7 days per week. Not entirely true. Didn't train during the weekends. So I guess not 7 days a week at all. But 5 days per week. And like 6 hours per day. Which is like something that I absolutely recommend if you do want to like train martial arts. Because you know how you build knowledge on top of other knowledge, right? You learn one thing, and then the next day you learn something else that's based on that thing, and then the next day you learn something else that's based on that thing. It is the same thing for fighting as well. Where it's like, oh, today we learn how to throw this punch. Tomorrow we learn how to counter that punch. The day after we learn how to counter that counter. The day after we learn how to do variations on that punch based on what your opponent is doing. The day after you learn how to counter those variations. The day after you learn how to chain together a combo based on those variations, etc., etc., right? And the thing about training martial arts, for example, in your home country, even if you find like a really good martial arts gym, with like solid trainers who know what they're doing and have like good credentials, it's still gonna be the case that you don't, you can't put that sort of time toward it. You'll train maybe twice per week if you're pretty serious about it. So you have like a 1 hour or 2 hour training session twice per week, and then you're gonna, what happens is that like several days are gonna pass from one lesson to the next, and you're gonna forget it, and it's gonna leave your muscle memory, so that by the time you train the next thing, the previous thing has already been sort of lost from your head. Whereas if you do the Thailand thing and you train like 5 days per week, 6 hours per day, what happens is that it doesn't have time to leave your brain. It doesn't have time to leave your muscle memory. So that when you train for the new thing, that old thing is still going to be like fresh in your head, fresh in your body. So it's going to stick better. So it's not just a matter of, putting the hours in. It's not just a case of like, oh, 3 hours in Thailand versus 3 hours in Sweden or whatever. It's just that you're gonna get more out of those 3 hours in Thailand because it's so intense and so chained together. So I learned more about fighting in those 2 months in Thailand than I probably would have in 2 years in Sweden. It's really cool. It's one of the best things I've done in my life. If that makes sense. No gate nerd. Not Thai boxing. I'm not talking about boxing up Thais. Ha ha ha, you goofball, you. That's fun. Do. Now we're getting there, people. We are absolutely getting there with this comic. Now that's a terrible country ball. That's awful. Look at that. I should be ashamed of myself for drawing that. And what I'm drawing on GIMP. GIMP is sort of like Photoshop, which is what Karl uses, except that GIMP is free. I was starting out so good. This ball started out so good. It started out so good that I'm gonna continue on it. I'm gonna, you know, it went off the rails, but we can fix that. No, we're gonna have to start from the bottom here and draw upward. Yeah. Oh yeah. Ooh. And then we're gonna color in this part here. And now we're gonna see where we went wrong and if we can fix it. This is some trickery, people. I'm gonna show you some of my techniques. And let's see if we can fix this. Just small touch-ups. Yeah, that's way better. I don't love how it looks right here. Let's see if we can fix that again. That's better, I think. I think that's better as an outline. So we're gonna color that in. Color that in. And then we're gonna color that in and cut that out. You're like, wait, what did he do? I did a thing. Now we have a nice ball. We want all our balls to be nice. And finally, it's time for Brazil. Yay, after all this time, Brazil gets to be part of the comic. Would be hilarious if my daughter woke up right now. It's like, no Brazil. You know what? This isn't bad. We can work with this. We just need some small adjustments. Doing the same thing again, switching to a different color. Going to the areas that are a little bit off. And adjusting just those areas. So that we get the outline that we want. No. That might be better. Yeah, that's better. And let's cut this away. Look at that. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Now, in my head, I don't know if it's just me, but in my head, I sort of envision USA as the larger of the two country balls. I don't know why. Because like Brazil, Yeah, I guess USA wins in... How many people live in Brazil? Wow, more than I thought. 200 million. Still. What that probably means is that I'm gonna switch these two up. So this one is gonna be USA, the green one. So I'm gonna transform, I'm gonna flip it. And USA, I'm gonna transform, and I'm gonna flip it. Yeah. So I guess this is Brazil. But you know what? I actually think... Yeah, this works better if it's turned like this way. There. And USA here or something. Yeah, I think that's really good. I think that's great. So that's how we're gonna have them. Gorgeous. We're making a comic, people. It's happening. It's all coming together. Yeah, Youngblood, exactly. Gate Nerd, he uses the flag of Kansas as his avatar. As his ball zona, as it were. It's really not hard at all to figure out where Gate Nerd is from. Don't understand why that's been difficult for you. Now, people. Should I continue? The question here is like, which ones of these, if I'm using a beat panel, then in some cases I'm gonna like reuse this art asset. So I think I'm just gonna draw Brazil and reuse the ball for later panels as well. And you're like, wait, DickRhino, how dare you? How dare you reuse art in different panels? And I'm like, bruh, it's fine. No one can do anything about it. So, same thing as always. Copy the outline. Paste outline again as new layer. Paint it black. Hide it behind. You know the routine by now. And we got our nice Brazil green. And then we're gonna draw our nice yellow cube. Yeah. We're gonna have to smoothen this out in places. Because everything's gotta be smooth. That's not smooth. Gotta make it smooth. That's pretty smooth. Then we go to our Brazil ball. I'm just gonna have a quick peek again at the flag. How big is the blue ball? Yeah. And then we're gonna draw that in here. Like so. Beautiful. And then we have our white stripe. Swoop. Like so. I'm doing it a bit wider than it's supposed to be, so that if I want to, I can write something in there. I know it's supposed to be like orden med progresso, but you can also just do good old. This is never wrong, people. That's way better. That's what the flag actually looks like. Then you have your stars. Something like that. And there's your flag of Brazil. Now we just need to make a new layer for our shading. And since the sun is now coming from the left side, then we gotta start here. Is that good? No, that's not good. That's not good either. That's okay. No, I don't like it. We're gonna make this happen, people. We're gonna make this happen. That's right, that was my wife walking past in the background. You did see her. And that's not really, you know, a big deal, considering both of us have been on camera lots of times on the gaming channel that I have on the side. 2-star players on YouTube, 2-star players, me and my wife, gaming together, gaming channel on YouTube. Currently dormant because I'm on paternity leave, so I'm not working on my gaming channel right now. I will pick it back up again, so there's gonna be more content on that channel in the future. But if you have been following that channel, then you have seen my wife on camera quite a few times already. And you would not be surprised and shocked to see her walking into the shot. There we go. Contour goes up. Look at that. Merge that down. Merge that down. And then we just need some eyes. Probably gonna use the 5 pencil thickness for that too. That eye is too big. That eye is a much better size. Gorgeous. Look at that. Wonderful. And you know what? I'm just gonna cut those out because I just realized that I did a boo-boo. I shouldn't have merged the shade down. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Did I fuck up? Oh, I fucked up. Now I have to redo those eyes. I fucked up, people. I was gonna draw a shadow on the ground as well. I wanted to have that on the same layer. Yeah. And also, I'm gonna add another thing here because he's gonna be holding something. It's not what you think, people. There we go. That's what I should have done from the start. Now I have to redraw those eyes. Very sad, because I like them. They were good eyes. I'm sad that I have to redo them. Ah, that's good. That one got a bit too big. Don't like that. Bit too flat on top, but we can adjust that. Yeah, that's good. That's excellent. Thank you, Sinister Sri Lankan. I assume you're talking about the gaming channel that I have. Like I said, there will be content on that channel again in the future. It's just currently dormant because of my paternity leave. But it won't always be. You're like, wait, DR, what the hell? What is going on here? Yeah. What is going on indeed? Quick, everyone. A round of guesses. What do you think Brazil is holding in his hand? What are you looking at here? Wrong guesses only. No, stop ads. Stop ads. No ads. It is in fact a banana nana nana. That is correct. And have I ever played Cry of Fear? No. No, Manny the Max. I'm sorry. I have not played that. I don't know what that is. But thank you for the donation anyway. I just wish I could have given you a better answer to your question. But I have not played that and I don't know what it is. Now. Let's see if we can make a nice looking banana peel. Swedish horror game. Well, then I guess I should know about it. And I'm a bad Swede for not knowing about it. I'm pretty good at following gaming stuff. Hey, here's a fun little tidbit. How many of you people out there play a little game called Helldivers? Helldivers 2 specifically. Which is also made by a Swedish game studio. You might, unless you've been living under a rock, you might have heard that they just got a new CEO so that the previous CEO could go back to just being like a developer for the game. Well, their new CEO, Shams Georgiani, is actually an old childhood friend of mine, believe it or not. We don't really keep in touch nowadays, but yeah, we used to be buddies when I was growing up. That's pretty fun. Small world that we live in. So that's cool. Good for him. Happy that he was able to land that job. That's pretty cool. Let's see. Let's make it even darker here at the bottom. Yeah. That's a pretty good banana. It's an okay banana. And I'm also gonna draw a little munch line. On Brazil. And I think if I were to do this, what would that look like? Oh yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. Oh, that looks so good. Love it. But I'm gonna change the munch line from panel to panel, so I'm not gonna do that just yet. Just wanted to check first if it worked or not. That is excellent. Now, here's the thing, people. Here's the thing. I'm not sure I should be streaming much longer today. And the reason for that is that, you know, our little baby girl, she shouldn't be napping too much. She shouldn't be sleeping for too long. Because when she does, it's just a nightmare for us to get her to bed in the evening. So at this point, she has been sleeping for like an hour and a half. Which means that I probably should wake her up. Sad. But this was never going to be as long as yesterday's stream. It was never going to be like a 4-hour stream, unfortunately. But we made some good progress. And we're gonna finish this comic up. We might even be able to do it tomorrow. Because I don't have all that much left to do. I have to draw like just some balls here, but all the backgrounds are done. All the backgrounds are done. This is gonna be like the panels. So I just have to draw the last couple of balls and then just write in the dialogue. But that is something that I'm gonna be doing tomorrow, probably, maybe if I can find time to do it tomorrow, that would be nice. And then the comic will be finished up, and then for future streams, once I'm done with this comic, I'm probably gonna do more stuff in line with what Karl has been doing. You know, stuff that's a bit more interactive for chat, drawing requests, and the art contests and the like. I think he's onto something by doing more of that kind of content, because it's probably funnier for viewers to be able to participate more in the stream that way. But I haven't been live streaming for a very, very long time, and just getting back into the swing of things and learning how to do that again. Basically, I wanted to start out by just having a clear idea of what I wanted to do on the stream, which was like draw a comic. But once I've done that, and once this comic has been done and drawn, I feel like I'm a bit, you know, warmed up now. and we can try to take the streams in a bit more different directions. That's going to be a bit more fun for you guys. But that's going to be it for today, because I think it's about time I go and wake up my daughter. So I'm going to say thank you guys for sticking around. Thank you for watching and chatting with me. And we're going to try to continue with these early morning European streams so that you guys get that as well. And I will see you guys again next time for more of this comic until that's done. And when the comic is done, we're gonna do something completely different. Okay, cool. Peace out, stream.